This is in-depth study of the Christ, the propitiation, the begotten Son, the law, the judge, the ruler, the standard, the Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, the one, the true Jesus Christ. Here on Understanding the Bible Radio, on Screen Study, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, on screen undeniable facts of Scripture.
This is Understanding the Bible Radio. Back again. Let's see. I hope this doesn't start over. Okay, it won't. All right. Back again. Understanding the Bible Radio with Helena on the line. We're talking about the Book of Enoch. Book of Enoch. We're going into part 16. I just want to, I'm going to have to go over that last chapter. It's only 2 verses. Most powerful in the book to me. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Book of Enoch. And got a Helena online. Got my brother sitting here next to me. So we're trying to get him going on the tablet, but it wasn't working. And he's trying to get going here. Okay, so he can jump in. I want to thank you guys for looking at Book of Enoch. You got to remember, this is before law, before the Hebrew law, all that we pride ourselves on. We were in page 99, somewhere around page 99. You got to see what's going on in this thing, man. This is Enoch, man, at the actual face of the Lord God. I mean, he's there. The angels are telling him things that's going on, that's going to be of, before, after. That's me. And after, before, after, and I mean, before, after, I mean, he's telling them, before, after, and the end. Everybody piles themselves on the book of Revelation and Daniel. Have you looked at Enoch? My goodness. Well, I don't include that because that's not in the King James Bible. Well, was this given to us before King James put it into English? Of course it was. Of course it was. All right, Helena, you there? How you doing? Are you there, Helena? Hello? Check 1, 2.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, she is there. Good deal. Good deal. Yeah, we're looking at it, man. We're looking at what it says. Now, I don't know who's going to discount it. Who's out there that's going to say, nope, this is not the deal. This is not real. This is not true. It's false. Well, we've seen a lot of similarities of even what Jesus said when he came. We see a lot of things there, and some exact things we've seen that he talked about and said and even foretold and discussed and things like that. And we're going into the secrets of Enoch after this, and you're going to see tons of stuff in there because I've already studied that one and seen it, and I remember plenty of things in there. But you guys got to stick around, man. Like it, share it. It's totally up to you. No offering, no tithing, no seed sowing, no donations, no fundraisers, none of that. Support me and all that. It ain't even about that. It's about you coming to the understanding of God's purpose, and that is that His Spirit be in you. And if you don't crave it, want it, long it, hey, that's your problem. I got nothing to do with that. Come and do it. Jesus says in Luke 11, if you do this, if you come and bang on this door, if you crave and long, you will not be turned away. I can't understand what else we need to do. What do you think? I'm shamming you, swindling you? What do you think? The devil is in that? No. God is saying that, said it through His Son. It's in the Bible. It's right there in Luke 11. So take a look. All right. Now, I just wanted to look at this again. God and the Messiah to dwell with man. This is 105, chapter 105. God and the Messiah to dwell with man. Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to comment, turn it back. Okay. And it will, so you can comment. Okay. Or like this. And I'm showing them how to operate the tablet here. And then you can see. Well, that's still me. No, that's not. That's you can do it. All right. Good deal. Yeah, showing him if he wants to make a comment. All right. So let's see. God and the Messiah to dwell. Look at these two verses. And in those days, the Lord bade them to summon and testify to the children of earth concerning their wisdom. What is it? Show it unto them. For ye are their guides, and a recompense over the whole earth. For I and my Son will be united with them forever in the paths of uprightness in their lives. In your conduct. He's with you. He's the reason why my conduct is getting better. Not because I'm trying to do better, because I read the law that's divorced in Jeremiah 3:8, or some man told me to stand upright, live holy. No, He is the one, Him and His Son. Didn't Jesus say, me and my Father will come and make our abode? If you keep my words, what I'm saying to you, if you hold on, which are the commandments, hold on to what I'm saying, and you shall have peace. Rejoice, ye children of uprightness. Amen. That's the deep. Check it out. That's from the chapter 105, the book of Enoch, God and the Messiah to dwell with man. Bottom line. Fragment of the book of Noah is next. Helena, what you got? Anything? Just checking. All right. She probably took a nap. All right. Good deal. I'm not. I'm hanging in here. Hanging in there, handling business. Let's get back to it. Let's see. Book of Noah. This is the fragment of the book of Noah. Now, there's no Noah in our King James. Are we discarding it? Are we discarding this fragment of book of Noah? Let's see. It's up to you. That's totally up to you. Let me blow this up so you guys can see it a little better on your screens and devices. Yeah. And after some days, my son Methuselah took a wife for his son Lamech, and she became pregnant by him and bore a son. And his body was white as snow, and red as the blooming of a rose. His body was, and the hair of his head and his long locks were white as wool, and his eyes beautiful. This is Lamech. Let's see. No, this is the baby of Lamech, I do believe. Yeah, the son of Lamech. It took a wife for his son Lamech. All right.
It's Noah.
And yeah, this is a fragment of Noah. And when he opened his, oh, okay, red body as of a blooming rose, and his hair was white as wool. See that? And his eyes beautiful. And when he opened his eyes, he lighted up the whole house like the sun. And the whole house was very bright. And thereupon he arose in the hands of the midwife, opened his mouth, and conversed with the Lord of righteousness. Wow. You get your baby. You have a baby and they're in the labor room, and the baby looks like this when it comes out. First of all, my brother would probably be, that's not my baby. I am not the father.
Well, actually, that happened. But go ahead.
And the baby's hair is white as wool, white, and the eyes beautiful. And when the baby opens its mouth, it conversed with the Lord. And his father Lamech was afraid of him. There you go. There you go. That's what I'm saying. And came to his father Methuselah. And he said unto him, I have begotten a strange son, diverse from and unlike man, and resembling the sons of the God of heaven. And his nature is different, and he is not like us. And his eyes are as of the rays of the sun, and his countenance is glorious. And it seems to me that he is not sprung from me, but from the angels. See, he said, I'm not the father. And I fear that in his days a wonder may be wrought on earth. And now, my father, I am here to petition thee and implore thee that thou mayest go to Enoch, our father, and learn from him the truth, for his dwelling place is amongst the angels. And when Methuselah heard these words from his son, he came to me, to the ends of the earth. For he had heard that I was there, and he cried aloud, and I heard his voice and came to him, and I said to him, Behold, here am I, son, wherefore hast thou come to me? And he answered and said, Because of a great cause of anxiety have I come to thee, and because of a disturbing vision have I approached. And now, my father, hear me. Unto Lamech, my son, there hath been born a son, and like of whom there is none, and his nature is not like man's nature, and the color of his body is whiter than snow, and whiter than snow, and redder than the bloom of a rose, and the hair of his head is whiter than white wool. And his eyes are like the rays of the sun. And he opened his eyes, and thereupon lighted up the whole house. And he arose in the hands of the midwife, and opened his mouth, and blessed the Lord of heaven. And his father Lamech became afraid, and fled to me, and did not believe that he was sprung from him. He was the daddy. But that he was like in the likeness of angels of heaven. And behold, I have come to thee, that thou mayest make known to me the truth. And I, Enoch, answered and said unto him, The Lord will do a new thing on the earth, and this I have already seen in a vision, and make known to thee that in the generation of my father Jared, some of the angels of heaven transgressed the word of the Lord. And behold, they commit sin and transgress the law. What law was that? Don't go down and don't go out of your place and go down. Don't do that. and have united themselves with women and commit sin with them, and have married some of them and have begot children by them. And they shall produce on the earth giants, we know as the Nephilim, not according to the spirit, but according to the flesh. And there shall be great punishment on the earth, and the earth shall be cleansed from all impurity. Yea, there shall come a great destruction over the whole earth, and there shall be a deluge and a great destruction for 1 year. Man, it rained in the deluge for 1 year. He made sure wasn't none gonna be alive, didn't he? Wow. And his son, and this son who has been born unto you shall be left on the earth, and his 3 children shall be saved with him. When all mankind that are on the earth shall die, he and his sons shall be saved. And now make known to thy son Lamech that he who has been born is in truth. Is he that has been born is in truth his son, and call his name Noah. This is Noah as a baby. I don't think this account is in the Genesis of what he looked like as a baby.
No, it's in the book of Jasher.
Yeah, there you go. And it's in the book of Enoch. There it is. Enoch's his great grandson. He's talking about his great. For he shall be left to you, and he and his sons shall be saved from the destruction which shall come upon the earth on account of the sin and the unrighteousness which shall be consummated on the earth in his days. So we see why the flood came, because of this great sin of the angels. So Lamech got some serious seed to create this baby. I'm sorry. I'm gonna quit harping on that. I'm sorry. But anyway, Noah is not an angel watcher baby. Okay, she didn't go sleep with the angel watcher baby. Angel, and then turn around and marry Lamech. Okay, that didn't happen that way. Okay, it's straight up human baby, Lamech baby. Lamech baby. Okay, he is the father, as we see. And Noah looks different, but as you can see, as a baby, when he comes out the womb, what does he do? Lord, let my child, if I ever have a kid, let him bless your name when he comes out.
Well, today we will call that a albino child.
Yes, because he was definitely red. I guess you could see all his blood vessels and everything.
He was white, yeah.
Yeah.
Skin was white, but he was their nationality, but he was white.
Oh, yeah.
Was white.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Do you see this? I see Brad's in there. Yeah, he's in there. He's the only one. I don't see anyone else. Hit the like button. Hit the love button. Let me know you guys are there on the Facebook. Want to thank you guys for stopping by. On the, let's see. I think if I have anybody on the YouTube, let me check in. Check in on the YouTube, see if anybody's there. I don't think I see anyone as of right now. No good. No problem. We're just going to keep going. All right. This is off the chain, man. Come back. Check it out later. Anytime. It's free. Just remember that. It's free. It's no charge here, no donations, no none of that. All right. Let's get back, man. Let's get back. And now, verse 18. And now make known thy son Lamech that he who has been born. Okay, it's truth of his son. His name is Noah. Okay, got that. All right. And after that, in verse 19, and after that there shall be still more unrighteousness. Now, after he even says, this is Enoch speaking here, right? Am I right? This is Enoch, right?
Yeah.
Speaking to Methuselah, right? After that, this is Methuselah prophesying, I guess, speaking to him, not really prophesying, because he went to heaven. God told him all this was going to happen. So he's telling Methuselah, remember, this is all that's going to happen, okay? This unrighteousness that which was first consummated on the earth. For I know the mysteries of the holy ones, for he, the Lord, has showed me and informed me, and I have read them in heavenly tablets. Do you see where he got the information from? Heavenly, up in heaven. Okay? This is not a book he was reading, some doctrine that somebody wrote and he looked at it and this is it. This is it right here. Yet no, he was up there, man. This is real. Jesus mentions Enoch in the Bible. So is this real or not? This is left to you to believe. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm taking it. Chapter 107. This is chapter. I guess we looked at 106. This is 107. Verse 1, and I saw written on them that generation upon generation shall transgress till all generation of righteousness arises. And transgression, that's what it's saying. And I saw written on them that generation upon generation, I saw written on them that generation upon generation shall transgress till a generation of righteousness arises, and transgression is destroyed, and sin passes away from the earth, and all manner of good comes upon it. Final days. And now, my son, go and make known to thy son Lamech that this son which has been born is in truth his son, and that this is no lie. And when Methuselah had heard these words of his father Enoch, for he had shown to him everything in secret, he returned and showed them to him, and called the name of that son Noah, for he will comfort the earth after all the destruction. Okay. That's it. That's final. That's the final end. That's the final end. Helena, we got to talk about this. What you got? What you got?
Hey, in the book, there's actually a 108.
Oh.
But that's on the PDF. It's just showing this is over, right?
Yep. In the PDF, that's it. That's done. There's nothing else there.
Wow.
What do you have? So now you got to take over. You've got to read this thing.
Let me read this because it's not long.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, this is 108.
Okay.
Another book which Enoch wrote for his son Methuselah, and for those who will come after him and keep the law in the last days. You who have done good shall wait for those days till an end is made of those who work evil, and an end of the might of the transgressors. And wait you indeed till sin has passed away, for their name shall be blotted out of the book of life and out of the holy books. And their seed shall be destroyed forever, and their spirits shall be slain, and they shall cry and make lamentation in a place that is a chaotic wilderness, and in the fire shall they burn, for there is no earth there. Wow. And I saw there something like an invisible cloud, for by reason of his death I could not look over. And I saw a flame of fire blazing brightly, and things like shiny mountains circling and sweeping to and fro. And I asked one of the holy angels who was with me and said unto him, what is this shining thing? For it is not a heaven, but only the flame of a blazing fire, and the voice of weeping and crying of lamentation and strong pain. And he said to me, this place which thou see here are cast the spirits of sinners and blasphemers, and of those who work wickedness, and of those who pervert everything that the Lord has spoken through the mouths of the prophets, even the things that shall be. For some of them are written and inscribed above in heaven, in order that the angels may read them and know that which shall befall the sinners, and the spirits of the humble, and of those who have afflicted their bodies, and been recompensed by God, and of those who have been put to shame by wicked men, who love God and love neither gold nor silver, nor any of the good things which are in the world, but gave over their bodies to torture. Ooh, that's in Revelations, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hold on. Who, since they came into being, Long not after earthly food, but regarded everything as a passing breath, and lived accordingly. And the Lord tried them much. Wow. Trials and tribulations. And their spirits were found pure so that they should bless his name. And all the blessings destined for them I have recounted in the books. And he has assigned them their recompense, because they have been found to be such as loved heaven more than their life in the world. Okay, let me say that again. And he has assigned them their recompense, because they have been found to be such as loved heaven more than their life in the world, as though they were trodden underfoot of wicked men, and experienced abuse and reviling from them, and were put to shame, yet they blessed me. And now I will summon the spirits of the good who belong to the generation of the light, and I will transform those who were born in darkness, who in the flesh were not recompensed with such honor as their faithfulness deserved. And I will bring forth in shining light those who have loved my holy name, and I will seat each on the throne of his honor, and they shall be resplendent for times without number. For righteousness is the judgment of God. For to the faithful he will give faithfulness and the habitation of upright paths. And they shall see those who were born in darkness led into darkness, while the righteous shall be resplendent. I cannot say resplendent.
That's
And
it.
the sinner
Resplendent.
shall
Okay.
cry aloud and see them resplendent. And they indeed shall go where days and seasons are prescribed for them. Now that was
That's it.
the last.
That's the last. He ends it off.
So there were a lot of hells then.
Yeah, he saw many
Because
different
as you were
levels. Yeah,
reading
many
through the
different
book
hells.
of Enoch, we had came across different hells. This one sounds like the one that it talks about in the book of Revelations.
Okay. Yeah. Right? That's the lake of fire. Right.
Right. So this must be the final hell, because remember there was a hell. I thought you read a couple of weeks ago. There was a hell for blasphemers. There was a hell for
Right. It's
the
here.
angels.
Yeah. It's here in the book of
They
Enoch.
had
And
their
you're gonna
own
see the
little
secrets
hell,
of
right?
too. Yeah. You're gonna see it in the secrets of Enoch about that. Yep. Yep, because we're gonna do it next week. We're gonna do the secrets of Enoch, and I'm gonna bring it up on a PDF, and we can look at it through the book of the secrets of Enoch, theforgottenbooks.com. It's a PDF. We're gonna see if I'm gonna use that. Let's see.
Now there was
It's
one
making
thing
me
that I wanted
download
you
it.
to do.
Cancel.
I wanted you to. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes.
I wanted you to go to the book of John and find where he talks about the abiding, because that chapter that you started off with, I think it was 101.
Okay.
God and the Messiah to dwell with me.
Book of John, and he says, the abiding, you mean?
Yeah, go to
He that
the
abide
verse
in
where
me.
it talks about the
I
abiding.
think it's John 15. 3 a.m. and 4. Good deal. Well, that's nothing we know about. Okay, good. We're going to be doing, hopefully, no flash fellowships at that time. No flash live studies. Let's see. John, I think it's John 15. He's talking about there. Yep, abiding. If you abide in me and I in you, that one?
Yeah.
Okay. That's John. So John, let's just go to start the one. I am the true vine. This is Jesus speaking here in our King James English. I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Now every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. And every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit. Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. No more can ye, except ye abide in me. I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me ye can do no thing. If a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch, and is withered, and men gather them, and cast them into the fire, and they are burned. If ye abide in me, and my words abide in you, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto you. Herein is my Father glorified. This is how you glorify God. He says, herein is my Father glorified, that you bear much fruit. So shall you be my disciples. As the Father hath loved me, so have I loved you. Continue in my love. If ye keep my commandments, my intole, my instructions, my words that I'm saying, is what he's saying there. He's not saying if you keep my 10 commandments, as many people are saying, as I once have said also. He's saying my instructions and what I just said right here, what I just said to you. You shall abide in my love, even as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. So if we hold on to his instruction, the way as he is held on to the Father's instruction, then we are abiding and he shall abide. If we hold on, I'm holding on to your words. I'm holding on to what you're saying. I mean, how as simple as that? No, we got to go back to law. No, got to get some laws, some statutes. We got to get it done. Got to get it going. I'm doing my best, but I ain't got it all done, but I'm doing my best as I learn all of them. They're all in the Bible. Why is it taking you so long to learn them? It's been years, right? What's going on? What you going on? What you got? What question you got?
Well, I wanted to see how you read it, because the second verse in 105 is, "For I and my Son will be united with them," the disciples, "forever in the path of uprightness in their lives. And you shall have peace. Rejoice, you children of uprightness." Amen. So he just put it in one verse. Compared to the chapter we got of explaining the abiding.
Yes, now he's talking to Enoch there. Right. He's talking to Enoch there. He's talking to him there. And he's saying, now look, let's go. It's only 2 verses. In those days, bade the Lord bade them. Now he's going to bid to us. He's going to, what do we see that was in we saw it was bade. We went to the Webster's, bade. And then it says the past tense for bid. So now we got to go to, bid. See bid. We can click it right here. The word bid. This is from the 1828 transitive verb. Okay. Latin. Here are the differences. To drive at. To attack. Is he going to attack us? No. To ask. To desire. To beseech. Okay. Applied to the voice of it, denotes utterance, a driving of sounds, which is applied to asking, prayer, command, to ask, to request, to invite. Okay? To command, to order, direct, to offer, to propose, to bid, to an price. You've got other things here. Let's see. To proclaim, to make known a public voice, to pronounce or declare, as to bid a welcome. To denounce, threaten, or to bid defiance, to wish to pray, to bid, To bid beads is to pray with beads. Okay, you're asking, you're praying with beads, you're bidding. To charge parishioners, to say a number of parishioners. Okay, to bid fair is to offer a good prospect to appear a fair. Okay, an offer a price, a word much used at auctions. Okay, they're asking price for it. Do I have 5 million? Do I have 5 million? Do I have 5 million? 5 million going once. Okay, that's what he means. So to bid here is what he's saying in Enoch. He's saying, I'm requesting, asking, calling, welcoming you to them. Look, to summon and testify. See, to summon and speak to the children of the earth concerning their wisdom. Here it is. Show it to them. For ye are their gods, and a recompense over the whole earth. For I, my son, will be united with them forever in the paths of uprightness in their lives, and ye shall have peace. Rejoice, ye children of uprightness. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what you got? Yeah. So
I was just saying, I just wanted to hear you read that chapter in 15, because see, this was written way before
he
even
came
the scriptures was even thought of.
Yeah.
And here he is explaining the whole history of mankind, and his visits, up there in heaven with the angels.
Yeah.
Looking at and listening to all of these things, and they told him to write it down.
Mm-hmm. He told him to write it down.
So, we have here in the New Covenant, the main thing is, yes, his purpose, but the main thing is to have his spirit in the inside of you. That is the main communication of how he relates to his people.
That's a new
and
covenant.
Here we see, way before it happened, he said, I and my son will be united with them.
Right.
United with them. And
that's right.
Jesus said the same thing there in John chapter 15, 14,
that's right.
And,
that's right.
Several other places. But that's like, even in the beginning, he already made a way possible for there to be a generation of righteousness. Came and they all spoke in heavenly languages, in the not heavenly language.
Right.
They all spoke, and the other, the ones that did not have the Spirit, understood what they were saying. Right.
I agree.
So that made me think, when this baby came out, which was chosen from the Lord, he had to been chosen to be born like this.
Noah.
For a purpose of this time, right? Noah.
That's right.
And he come out praising the Lord. Now Lamech understood exactly what he said.
Yeah.
Because he said he blessed the Lord.
He blessed the Lord.
So that raises a question that when you hear people speak in tongues,
being born,
you don't know what the heck they saying.
Right. But he knew what he said.
He blessed the Lord.
That's it. Yep. That's right.
So I just wanted to point that out, because that was the same thing that happened in Acts 2 when the Comforter came, when the tongues of fire came.
Right. That's right.
So everybody heard them blessing the Lord. And I forget how you said it's the way you worded. They were speaking the works of God.
Speaking
they were blessing the Lord.
That's right. Wonderful. Look at your screens. Check it out, y'all. Wonderful works. Hold on. I can't type for nothing. In the book of Acts, it tells you what they were saying. When they came out of the upper room, there it is, Acts 2:11, there it is. It says right there in Acts 2. This is the moment when they all in the upper room. Look at everybody that's there. All right. The Persians, Medes, Elamite. Let me see. Hold on, I'm sorry. They were all dwelling at Jerusalem, Jews, devout men, out of every nation under heaven. Every nation at that time, everyone that had humans, they were in there. They were people from those nations in this room. Now this was noised abroad. The multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language. And they were all amazed and marveled, saying to one to another, Behold, are not all these which speak Galileans? And how hear we every man in his own tongue where we were born? Parthians, and Medes, and Elamites, and dwellers in Mesopotamia and Judea, Cappadocia, in Pontus and Asia, Phrygia and Pamphylia, in Egypt and in parts of Libya and Cyrene, and strangers in Rome, Jews and proselytes, Cretes and Arabians. We do hear them speak in our languages, tongues, the wonderful works of God. That's what when that Holy Spirit came in, that is what they were speaking. They said, we understand what they're saying in our own language.
Right. They all understood.
Yes. They were speaking the wonderful works of God, which is his Son, and not his Spirit needs to be in you, because they came out, and when they came out that room telling them, we ain't drunk, this is what's happening, this is what was prophesied to us. It was told. Now this moment is here. These people, very same people that were speaking this, they started talking. They started asking, what do you say? They started telling them the true deal of what's going on. Christ in you. You need his Spirit. God has given us his Holy Spirit, and he wants you to have it too, basically. And that, boom, immediately, it says in the book of Acts, people started to receive it. Bam. Bam, they started doing it, and they started speaking to the wonderful works of God, because it was all in the marketplace. They were in public. No, this is Babel is in Genesis. My brother was asking me about Babel. Is this the same group of the area of the same people of Babel? No, because when in Tower of Babel, before he confounded their language, there's only one language. There's only one. But no, these are people, because when they get in the room, it's like if me and you was to go to a room right now. We speak English, right? You speak another language? No. Do you fluently speak another language? Okay, no. Ebonics. Well, there's some of them there too. So me and you, we go into a room. The Lord has come to us and said, you guys go to that room over there and be over there at 1:00. So we go over there. And then you got Russians over there, Germans, Arabians. They sitting in their old group. So what we going to do? We're going to sit in our own English-speaking group that we speak English. So they're all in this room. It's 120 of them total in there. And then the door busts open and this wind blows in. You start speaking German. I start speaking Bangladesh. Yeah. They start speaking English. They speak in Arabic. They speak in Russian. They speak in Chinese. But we're all saying the same thing in different languages. The wonderful works of God. And we're doing it so loud, people outside can hear. And they're speaking. People are like, hey, wait a minute. Somebody's speaking Russian. The wonderful works of God. How could this be? Mm-hmm. Because he just filled them with their spirit and they're speaking his purpose. And so they hear it. We come outside. They say, oh, they in there drunk. No, they're not drunk. We're not drunk. Peter then stands up. Hey, he leads them outside. They talking. They're telling them exactly what the Holy Spirit is telling them to tell them. And these people are immediately receiving his spirit while hearing it, and bam.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go and tell another people. And in this moment, in this time, in this day, it's like it says thousands are saved. Thousands receive his spirit. The beginning of what his covenant was from Jeremiah 3:31 that he told Jeremiah about, begins right here. This is it. The new covenant that's in full effect right now. Jesus has established it. This is the deal. This is the deal. This is what's happening. Let's see here. Hey, Miss Henderson, how you doing, Ma? Good deal. How you doing? How you doing? We just finished off the book of Enoch. We just finished it out. I mean, it's here. You can always rewind it back in your spare time. Check it out. We're going to come back with what did Jesus say? The next part of what did Jesus say? I think it's 15, part 15 or 14. We're going to come back with that next, probably about the 4 o'clock hour. So what else you got, Helena? What else you got?
I don't have anything else. I just thought that was something good to bring up, because that was the first time I've ever heard that from Enoch. When he opened up his mouth, it kind of, to me, it related to the tongues. Okay. Because so many people have questions about speaking in tongues. Right. And here we got a newborn baby open up his mouth out the womb, praising the Lord. Right. So yeah.
Well, you know why they got questions about speaking in tongues? Because the ministers aren't explaining it to them. They're not telling them, breaking it down and telling them what's going on. So they got questions. Why is this? I want to speak in tongues. Well, you going to speak in another language? Yeah. What you going to speak? I don't know. Whatever the Lord had me speak. Well, you're going to speak the wonderful works of God, right? Yeah, because you're going to get his spirit, and the spirit's going to make you do it. This is not something you will to do. You're going to repeat over and over and over and over and over. He's going to, when he gives you his spirit, bam, he's going to make you speak this other language. They didn't know the wonderful works of God until the spirit came into them and filled them and had them speak it in another language, so that someone that didn't speak their language, their tongue, could understand the wonderful works of God and say, what is it that you're saying to me? Because their soul is reacting. If your soul is not reacting to his true purpose, that his spirit be in you, and you need to crave it and long for it and need it in your life, need it in you, not in your life, because you're dead until you get his life in you. But if there's no craving in there for that, you might have a problem. You might want to force the craving. Break yourself, as we used to say back in the day. Crave it. Make it happen. Crave. Long for it. Need it. Demand it from him. You can't get it from nowhere else but him. He's a real being. The book is not him. The pages are not him. The pastors is not him. He is a being that is setting this up. It's happened. It's in full effect right now. The new, true covenant that he has established by way of his son. The blood has been shed and has established it by way of the body of Jesus Christ, as we know. As Jesus Christ, the begotten Son, come down into a human body, which we call Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is the deal, man. This is Book of Enoch. Next Sunday, we're coming back with the secrets of Enoch. There is tons of stuff in there that you're going to need to see, to know. Before the law, before the true Hebrew Israelites and black and white and green and all this other racism and creed stuff, idiocy is what I like to call it. Before all of that, Enoch was up there speaking to the Lord. And it's going to talk about the very moment that Enoch was taken up. What happened? He's going to talk about it all, give you details more on that, in Adam and Eve, Satan, creation, more stuff, hell, heaven, more stuff. He's going to have more stuff in it. You got to be back. Hope to see you then. We're coming back in a few minutes with what did Jesus say, I do believe. We're going to come back in a few minutes. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I hope to see you in a few minutes. Be right back.
Please allow us to extend our deepest thanks, our humblest appreciation, our greatest gratitude for your fellowship here with us, sharing the letter of the gospel, the ancient definitions of Scripture. This is Understanding the Bible.